Alrighty, so today we are going to be doing a video that I have been meaning to do for actually a pretty long time now. We've been talking about it on the streams and in videos and stuff like that, but with part 2 rapidly approaching within the next couple weeks or so, I figured now would be a good time to talk about this. And what am I going to be talking about today? Well, you read the title and the thumbnail. Why is Beast Gohan so good, right? Why is he the undisputed just king of Dokkan right now? Why we've been telling you to save for this guy for, 5 months now. And the reasoning is very good, I promise. And in this video, I aim to explain to you everything that this Beast Gohan is doing, why he is so good, and trying to kind of put into your head why you should be saving for this guy right now, and why you need to be putting all your stones into his banner, right? So let's go ahead and get started with this character, and we'll just go ahead and get the easy things out of the way, right? You guys have probably seen in the past examples of characters that have been very impressive individually, but the big problem with the character has always been, it's like they might not have the help around them, they might not have the support, they might not have the categories, the links. Well, this Gohan does not have that problem, right? I think a good example of a character like that, let's just pretend on Global that Buhan did an Easy A, right? And all you had was this kind of Majin Power team before all the Easy A's, and the team was kind of just like a husk, right? It was like Majin Buu was extremely impressive, but everything else was not. And that is not the case with this Beast Gohan, right? Beast Gohan, the team that he leads, you guys can see right here, is Superheroes, Bond of Master and Disciple, and then Miraculous Awakening. So, Superheroes. I've been talking about this team ad nauseum since, it's basically been around and running JP for the last 5 months or so. This team, especially with the Year 6 Easy A's, is just so dumb, and there's really no reason to not run this team at almost all times, right? So let's look at the Superheroes team, just in case you guys don't get the full grasp of the situation, right? Let's look at the top cut let's just look at the top row of Superheroes, right? This is a top 5 unit in the game. He's not out on Global yet, I know, but we're going to at least talk about it. This is the best unit in the game. This is a top 8 to 12, maybe 13 unit in the game. This is a top 10 unit in the game. This guy is okay. These guys kind of fraudulent, a top 40 unit in the game. I'm being really underselling them there, but Piccolo, this is a borderline top 10 unit in the game. This guy, top 5. This guy, top 5. You know what I mean? So 1, 2, 3, 4 of the top 5 units are on this team, right? So you have to keep that in mind, right? This guy, basically top 10. So that is why the Superheroes team is as good as it is. So, we're just looking at the LRs, and you might be saying, okay, what about the TURs? Well, we have that covered. We have the Gammas right here. God Goku does not fit onto this specific one, but he does fit onto Beast Gohan's leader skill. So already, right off the bat, you guys can see this lineup that Superheroes has, and that's not even the full scale of the whole thing. Let's move on to Bond of Master and Disciple. Who's on this team? If you're in a pinch, you can run Beerus for his taunt. You can run this Gohan, but he was on Superheroes. Future Gohan is really kind of the big get from Bond of Master and Disciple, right? And then we also have Piccolo and Gohan right here, a very nice little revival character, not a bad character to have on the team whatsoever. So you guys can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? We have some Bond of Master and Disciple filler options, and then we go into Miraculous Awakening, and oh, what's that? We have access to our boy Broly right here. So very, very, very good leader skill. Not really much to complain about whatsoever, and that is why I like this team so much. This is where we get God Goku. I'm not going to mention, I'll acknowledge that Kale exists, but I'm not going to talk about her as if she's someone you're running on the team at all times. So I just want to get that out of the way, why this character is so good. Not only is he individually the best character in the game, but his leader skill provides you access to the whole top 10 of the game, and you can mix and match it any way that you want. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's go in and talk about Beast Gohan himself. So super attack effects. We've talked about this on the videos before, but I really want to hammer this one home, right? What we're going to be doing on this 18 key super attack, which you're going to be getting every turn, by the way, is greatly raising attack, raising defense for 4 turns, and causing mega colossal damage. So first off, every time we're doing this 18 key super attack, we are going to be stacking this, by the way. We're going to be getting a 50% increase to whatever our attack is at the moment. And then also, we're going to be raising our defense for 4 turns. So what does this mean? This means that no matter what, we're going to have that defense raise on the next time that we see them, right? Because even if this guy were to be floating, we'd be seeing him every other turn rather than every other turn rather than, just every other turn. So Raises defense for 4 turns, very important, because no matter where you're positioning this guy, if he does this super, the next time you see him, he's going to have that defensive raise. And then looking at the 12 key, which most of the time you will be doing when we get into the passive, this is going to be another great attack raise for only that turn, and the same thing is going to be said about the raising for the defense. So, you know, at least two total 50% raises to the attack, and then two 30% raises to the defense. So keep that in mind. Now, let's move on to this unit super attack, which is going to be performed when there is a Piccolo around. Who is a good Piccolo? This is a good Piccolo. This is a Piccolo you run on the team. He takes away AoEs and supers. But moving on, greatly raised attack rate, the effects are the same. But what does this do? Allies' chance to perform a critical hit by 20% for 1 turn. So what does that mean? Every other character on the rotation, so your UI Gokus, your Brolys, your Gogetas, whoever's on the rotation, they're getting crit support from this unit super attack. So whatever unit is not Gohan, when Gohan's crits, don't worry about those. We'll be getting those. You know, let's just say like your Gogeta Blue, right, is going to be getting 20% chance more of hitting a crit if Piccolo is around. And Piccolo himself will also be getting this, and Piccolo will also be proccing this. So, also, the last thing that this unit super attack does is disables the enemy's action. So if there's a super attack, if there's a heal, if there's an AoE, if there's a normal attack, whatever the first one is after Gohan attacks, that one is gone. So keep that in mind. Now, the nooks and the crannies, the meat and the potatoes, what we're all here for, what makes a character great. Passive skill, the Beast Unleashed. Activates the entrance animation upon entry, once only. No conditions, no name shenanigans, no turn restrictions, no category ally restrictions, just, you read this line, this is one of my favorite lines in all of Dokkan right here. Activates the entrance animation upon entry. Nothing else. No nonsense. But for the first 5 turns when this character appears, key +8, very nice, a chance to perform a critical hit, very nice, and reduced damage received plus 40% for 5 turns from the first appearance. So, what does this guy have? We have 40% crit chance, 40% damage reduction, and we're going to be getting into in a minute for the first 5 turns. What else do we have? We have extra 3 key, so key already we're up to 11. Attack and defense plus 250%. And guard activated against all attacks at the start of the turn. So we're 3 lines into this passive. We have 11 key, 40% damage reduction, 40% chance to perform a critical hit, and 250% attack and defense at the start of the turn, and guard is activated. So you can already tell just by where we're starting. I'm starting to stack these things up. These things are starting to pile together. This character is starting to get a little bit bonkers. And guess what? We have 100 more lines to read through. So let's continue. Gain an additional attack plus 50% when attacking, and gain an additional chance to perform a critical hit plus 20% when key is 24. This character's getting 11 key, plus whatever orbs we have, plus whatever links we have. So keep in mind that we're going to have that. And then gain an additional defense plus 80% and reduces damage received by 20% when key is 24 when receiving an attack. So if we're at full key, we get an attack, we're going to be getting extra damage reduction, we're also going to be getting extra defense. So we're already looking at 60% damage reduction and guard and extra defense. And just in case you were worried about getting your key to 24, gain key +1 in addition per key sphere obtained. So STR orbs are counting for 3, rainbow orbs are counting for 2, physical orbs, AGL orbs, int orbs, tech orbs are all counting for 2. Perform an additional super attack and all allies key +3 to the turn other than this character after receiving an attack. So not only is he getting an additional super and damage reduction and defense after getting hit and key, he is also performing an additional attack and giving the other characters who might not have gotten to the 24 key an extra 3 key after getting hit. Now, the next point, key +1 per attack received, max key of 5, so up to 5 times, and gain an additional attack and chance to perform a critical hit plus 20% per attack received during the turn. So 5 hits, that's going to be a lot. We're going to get a lot of attack and a lot of crit chance after a lot of hits. So if you see like 6 hits in slot 1, you park Beast up in that mug, you take all those hits, you are good to go. Now, gain an additional chance to perform a critical hit and reduce damage received by 20% and all allies key +2 starting from the turn in which the characters perform their 5th attack or receive their 8th attack in battle. So that's fully built up, all of this damage reduction, all of this guard, all of this defense, all of this key, all the extra key that they are getting. That is what makes Beast Gohan as good as he is. And just in case, before you think I'm done, we're not done yet. You know, we're still going. Now, let's move down to the active skill. Ki plus 24, so guaranteed 24 ki. Defense 158%. You might be asking why 158. 58 is Gohan or something like that in Japanese. So 59 is Goku, and then 58 is Gohan. So redirects all enemy attacks to this character and performs guaranteed crits for 1 turn. Now, redirects all enemies' attacks to this character. Guess what? All of the difficult content in this game, there are like 3 super attacks that can damage this Beast Gohan. So 99.9% of the time, you cannot hurt this character. And guess what? All the attacks are being redirected to him, and all you have to do is take an attack to get it. So you could have it turn 3, you could have it turn 5. Whenever you need this taunt, essentially, except for turn 1, you are going to have this taunt. And that is what makes this character so damn good. And just in case you weren't convinced now, links, we're not going to get too much into the specifics. You guys can see the link set. But look at all the teams that this guy is on that are top end. Superheroes, top end. Bond Master and Disciple, Miraculous Awakening, pretty good. Entrusted Will, Movie Heroes, very good. Hybrid Saiyans, very good. Full Power, Goku's Family, very good. Siblings Bond, okay. And honestly, I was kind of gassing that a little bit, but he's on the categories that matter, and the categories that he leads, Superheroes is the best team in the game, and this is the best character in the game. So I hope I was able to tell you and explain to you why this character is as good as he is. Beast Gohan is the undisputed, I said that earlier, but without a doubt, the best character the game has ever released, and I hope this video made it clear why we've been telling you to save as long as you guys have been. So hopefully you have a lot of stones ready to go for this Beast Gohan. Let me know down below how much you guys are going to be summoning, who you're going to be summoning for first. It should be Beast Gohan. Leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.